So can we still see the downtrend, right, in this company called Singtel, right, continue? Right? Can there be more weakness in the coming weeks or months? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier manager in Philips Securities and chief trainer at Trading Impossible, right? So just about 3 months back on the 28th of May, right, I published a video on Facebook where I talk about Singtel and how there potentially can be more weakness or there could be more selling pressure, right? And that's where you want to be careful, right? So that was about 3 months back where I talk about Singtel right over here. Okay, so 3 months have passed and today is the 20th of August 2020. So a lot of people have asked me, can there still be more selling in Singtel? Is it time to buy now that we have gone down so much? So in today's video, we're going to look at Singtel again, alright, and see where we are right now, and where are the levels whereby you want to be careful, as long as we're still below this key resistance level, and also what are some of the news that have came out recently that can also affect Singtel. So let me just take a look at the news right now. Just a few days back on the 17th of August, right over here, this is a Straits Times article, right? So you can see that Singtel kind of reported this earnings, and we have seen that the first quarter profit fell by 24.2%, right, on intense competition and also travel restrictions. So you can see that Singtel is also hurt due to the current pandemic, alright, the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'll not go into the numbers, but let's take a look at why what's happening from Singtel. You can see that roaming and prepaid mobile revenues and equipment sales were severely impacted, right, by travel and movement restrictions, right, and lower footfall in retail stores. And so the global economic slowdown also dampened both consumer and business spend. Right, so you can see that in terms of their business, it's also impacted due to travel restrictions and all that, and they are facing intense price competition. So in the previous video about 3 months back, I talk about why they are seeing weakness, because there are a lot of competition right now in the market, and right now a lot of these mobile plans, there are no contracts in this plan, right? But for Singtel, they have to cut their prices as well to match their competitors. So that's why there's intense price competition, and their revenue is hit as a result. So this is an article on their earnings about 3 days back, but today, alright, on the 20th of August, there's another article that popped up for Singtel, right? Right over here, Singtel to be hit especially hard, right, in the first quarter 2021, right, by pandemic-related curbs. Right, this is by S&P right over here. There would be probably an improvement, alright, only in the second half of 2021. So a few days back, we had some downside targets that were drawn for Singtel as well. Right over here, it was about 240, 241, alright, and there were some downside targets that were drawn right over here. That was about 17th of August, just about 3 days back. So today is the 20th of August 2020, and you want to see where is Singtel right now? Can there still be more downside? And look at the trend right now. Is it still in a downtrend, or where are the levels you can potentially start to buy again if you're really thinking of buying? And more importantly, what can you do, right, to kind of profit from the downside? This is what will be covered right now. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, hit the like button just below so that you will help YouTube algorithm reach out to more people, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So this is Singtel right over here as of the 20th of August, alright, 2020. So the time now is at 12:58 p.m. We are going to start after lunch, right? And it's the 20th of August right over here. So let's take a look at Singtel at where we are. So we are currently trading at about $2.29. So I mentioned that just a few days back, right over here, we were somewhere trading about $2.41, $2.40, and there were some downside targets that were drawn. Right, so let me just reiterate the target again for more downside to happen right over here. So what happens is about 3 months back on May, right over here in May, yeah, we're somewhere around here about $2.60. I mentioned there was a video that was published, so we kind of like pushed lower and we found a bit of support coming back at about $2.45. So this $2.45 was holding about 2 months plus, alright, but then it broke that $2.45, and that's when we kind of pushed lower again, alright, and the downtrend continued, right? So there were some downside targets that were drawn then to about $2.20. So let me just reiterate the target again, because for Singtel, what happens is this $2.45, this support would now become the resistance, and in fact we headed to it, this resistance at about 245 about few days back, and there were some downside targets that were drawn. So as long as we stay below that 245 level, I would say the downtrend still looks quite intact. Alright, so let's take a look at the trend in terms of the indicators. Look at the moving averages. you can see that this blue line, all right, is pretty much still pointing down, and this red line is what we call the 100 days moving average, is also pointing down as well, and prices is also like kind of below the red line and the blue line. So I would say the downtrend is still pretty much intact, especially below that 245 level, and also because of these moving averages that are also pointing down. Let me just draw what we call a downward sloping channel resistance line right over here. You can see right over here. So yes, pretty much in downtrend, I would say in the mid to long term, and right now there's a bit of support coming in about $2.30 over the past 2 weeks, but it seems like we are breaking this $2.30 as well. We are currently trading at about $2.29, so we can potentially head towards this $2.20, right? $2.20 would be our next downside target, all right? And why this level? Look at this, right? Right over here in March, when COVID-19 kind of escalated, we kind of traded to a low of around 219, 220, right? And then we rebounded from that level. So 220 would be a good support again. I would say that's where we can potentially see a bit of short covering coming back, probably some bargain hunting coming back again for those who want to accumulate on this. But you just want to be careful because, as I mentioned in the previous video as well, the trend still looks down for now for Singtel in terms of their business model. I mentioned that they are kind of hit in terms of price competition, in terms of competitors out in the market. A lot of these competitors are kind of reducing their prices, and there's no contracts for many of these mobile plans, and that's where Singtel's revenue is hit as well fundamentally. Okay, so if this $2.20 support were to be broken, so we might probably hit towards 220, it might rebound a bit, but just take note, if that 220 support will be broken, right, we may potentially head towards the psychological $2 level. So this is a level you want to be careful as well, because if this breaks, we can see the downtrend continue, right? So this is for Singtel. We kind of covered it, a few months back, and we kind of look at it again, a few days back again, and it still seems weak, and you want to be careful if you're holding on to long position. Probably think about, instead of holding on long position all the way down, you can also think about how you can ride the downside. I mean, like profit from the weakness, profit from the downside by using what we call CFD, right? That's where you can legally take short positions to ride the downside, and then you short and then you buy back when it's lower, and that's where you can profit from the weakness. So that's what you can think about doing for counters which are in a downtrend like Singtel. So this is as of the 20th of August 2020. So if you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell, the notification, so that you will be alerted when any new videos like this comes out on YouTube, right? So thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Joey here.